everyone! Here we are with another AAY video blog. Yeah, once again. Today we are out of the studio, right?
And we have a lot of nice things to share with you.
My husband decided to do a diet.
Oh
But this
God.
diet is taking me out of my comfort zone.
Really?
Yes.
But how? In which way?
I cook every day. This is not anything new for me. Absolutely not. But this diet has a lot of details and I cannot prepare things in advance.
But Claudia, you have been married for so long, right?
Yes.
So when we think about married for so long, we can't imagine being something so hard like that. What is hard about it?
Wow, Raquel. Cooking is not a problem for me, exactly. But this diet has limited ingredients and I need to have a lot of ideas of new things to cook.
Oh my God, so she has been so busy, right? But you know, what is the secret for you? What do you find out through this new experience?
Good question. My secret is this. Look.
Oh my God.
Bulletproof marriage. I believe every woman need to have this book.
You know what, Claudia? So you are not the only one that has been so helped with that.
Really?
Because some time ago, I was reading this book and I also found out a very important tip I needed from that. You know, in the beginning of my marriage, I used to think that my husband needed to be exactly as me. But as I read the book, I found out that that's not really right because, you know, one of the things that helped me was to see that he was different. So when we got married, I want him to be exactly as me. But that was one of the tips that I learned in the book. No one is exactly as us.
It's wonderful, Raquel. This is wonderful. It's taught me that a happy marriage takes work. It is not something automatic.
You know, Claudia, that's true. That's a very common mistake. It's like a cake recipe. We need to follow the ingredients, otherwise the cake won't work.
Speak of ingredients, you made me remember someone who is always up to something in the kitchen.
Really? Who?
Helena, our love talk presenter.
So what about if you go right now, surprise her and see what she's up to?
This is a good time to spy on her.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go and surprise her right now.
Knock knock.
Somebody's home. Surprise! Hello, come on in. Yes, can I? Of course. I bring someone with me. Hi guys. Yeah, how are you?
So nice to see
Sorry to disturb you, but
I'm expecting Monty.
Monty.
Yeah, for tea, but you also...
For what?
For tea.
Tea?
Yeah,
Without
right
us?
in the right time.
I can't believe it. So I think he came in the proper time, right?
Yes,
Right.
I was just about to bake the cake.
Can we see how you bake it?
Absolutely, come on in. So let's go.
Helena, Raquel and I were talking about marriage and some ingredients.
The ingredients of love.
Yes, and we remember about you. That's the reason why we are here.
Alright.
We didn't tell you it's something like, surprise. We know you love baking.
Yes, I do. Yes.
So what are you baking today?
Today I'm baking a cake with cinnamon and apple and walnuts because hopefully Monty will like it and you too, of course, because you came along.
She do well.
You arrived at the right time.
But it's a very quick recipe. Very quick, very easy to do, and we'll be finished in no time. So of course, before you guys knocked out my door, right? I was preparing the mixture. I've sieved 2 cups of flour. You need one of these, and 2 cups of sugar. And of course, you can reduce the sugar. And then you're gonna add all the dry ingredients.
So you already put the sugar here? I didn't
Yes.
see.
No, because you were out. I was already preparing my cake.
Oh!
She's waiting once.
Yeah, so you put the
Monty.
sugar inside?
Yes, 2 cups of sugar and 2 cups of flour. Okay. But you have to sieve it with one of these.
Okay.
And then you put the baking powder in there. And then you give it a little mix. Oops.
Oops.
You know, baking, that's what happens. And then you also add your cinnamon.
I love a cinnamon.
How much of the baking soda?
Good question. Good question. 1 tablespoon
Okay.
of baking powder and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon.
Okay.
But you know, some people like more cinnamon, so you can add more. It's up to you. So give it a little stir. And I also have a little, a pinch of salt.
Okay.
So in it goes. Can't really see it, but it's in there. Give it a bit of a stir again. And you're gonna set this aside for a few minutes because I'm gonna blend the apple, the eggs, and the butter. So I'll tell you as we go along. So in here, what you've done, you take 3 apples and you peel them.
Okay.
You're gonna use the peel, and we're gonna blend it because of course you wash it really well. And all the fiber is in here, so we don't want to waste it.
Yes.
And then you want to add half a cup of vegetable oil or butter. It's up to you.
What do you use there?
But this one is butter. Yes.
Wow.
And then of course I just want to let you know that before we start this process we need to heat the oven at 180 degrees. Okay. And of course have your baking tin prepared like I have.
Yes, lovely.
I love to use the paper instead of using the butter.
We definitely are at the right time.
Exactly.
And then 3 eggs, 3 whole eggs. In they go.
Doesn't matter about the size? Big, small, medium?
No. Well,
3 eggs.
medium will do, yes.
All right.
Yes, true, medium. Yeah.
Good.
And then we're going to blend this. Let me
Wow.
check.
Finally.
No, it doesn't smell very good yet now.
No?
Not yet.
Okay.
And then we're going to mix it with the flour and the wet ingredients. I mean the dry ingredients.
For me, this is a new version of making cake. Usually I don't see this way. Usually it's just like milk, isn't it?
Yes, it's like this. Usually I don't measure my ingredients
Okay.
because you never know, the kind of flour you're gonna get and how it's gonna feel. It has to be quite creamy. So for example, even though I've added all the ingredients here that are, the correct ones, like Claudia said earlier on, if the eggs are too small, I might need to add a bit of milk.
Okay.
Yes, hopefully that should be enough. Doesn't look very pretty yet, but and then you want to mix it.
I can see very soon.
It only takes like 35 minutes to cook.
It's nice. Good
It's not gonna,
taste. No problem. You have coffee here as well.
Yes, I do. I've got coffee and everything.
So,
When
today-
Lottie arrives, she's gonna be surprised.
Lovely, smooth.
Yes. And it's quite a strong dough because it's gonna take apples. You're gonna have apples in there, so you want it to be quite strong.
Okay.
Not too watery. And then just before I forget to explain, of course the 3 apples you need to really mince them, cut them in very small pieces or however you like it really.
Because they have apples.
They look a little bit brown because if you don't put lemon, but I can't put lemon on these ones, okay? So don't put lemon on your apples because it's gonna change the flavor. So looks a bit like, strong cake going on here. Look. Right, we're almost there. As you can see, very easy. Look, it's all mixed. You see, it looks quite strong, doesn't it? So now we are going to just put it in our tin, pop it in the oven, and not yet done. I'll tell you something. Hold on a second. Thank you. This is like a men's cake. Look at that. Strong.
Oh, it's like caramel. Caramel.
Thank you so much, Claudia.
Well done.
So as you can see, right. So just before we pop it in the oven, I've got some, of course, if you're on a diet, you don't do that, okay? But because I want to show you how it's done, and then you can make your own adjustments. I've got some walnuts here and a little bit of sugar with cinnamon again, and I'm going to sprinkle on top so that it comes out crispy. Okay.
You can see these are the little tips. You can have it and it makes the whole difference, right?
It does.
We're gonna show you at the end before going to the oven and show to them.
It makes a big difference in taste and in calories, and, you know.
But tips, these were tips. I learned a lot of things this month in my life as well, because like I spoke to you, and later on let us go to sit down with you.
Yes.
And you know, you can show us some tips about marriage life.
It will be a pleasure. Love talking about marriage and weddings and all these things. I believe
This is very important because you know, I have some not long time, but to
quite
be, yeah,
long
to be a long time.
experience.
Yeah, but I learn every day. Like today, I learned to bake this beautiful cake.
Just before we sit down and have a chat, here it is.
Right.
It's not yet cooked. You're gonna have it in for 35 minutes.
All right.
And then you do the toothpick test, and if it comes out clean and dry, you're ready to go. Okay, let's go.
The cake is smelling good.
It is cinnamon.
So while we wait, let us know a little bit about you. How long have you been married?
Well, I've been married for 14 years. Just had my anniversary not long ago, and it's going well. It's like we've been married for so much longer than that.
Oh, somebody knock your door.
Come in, it's open. Hey,
Look who's here! Oh my, this is better than expected. Wow,
Take a seat. We've got guests.
Yeah, I can see you surprised me. I was expecting it to be just the two of us. Alright.
We just arrived here and she spoke to us about you.
Ah.
I just invited
I said I'm waiting for
her
Monty,
a
but then
place, and that's the reason why we are here.
I'm glad you'll be able to join us.
we've got cake for everybody.
The more the merrier, isn't it? I can smell the cake. What
Yeah.
are you up to?
Almost done.
I'm making an apple and walnut and cinnamon cake. Yeah.
She's just gonna take me out of my diet, I can tell. It smells very good.
Only for guests, because I'm not really allowed, but never mind. You know.
Yes, Helena, so I heard that you hold weekly seminar.
Yes, we mainly that this is the work that we do. We hold seminars with both singles, married couples, anyone who is looking for inner healing when it comes to love, people who are going through difficulties, people who just want to find someone, they don't know how to go about it. So we've got the seminars every Saturday at 7 p.m. At the Rainbow Theatre.
Wow.
Yes, and also other branches outside London. And it's been quite successful. We've been receiving lots of people coming in asking for advice. We also do counseling for advice for couples.
If someone is
it's-
interested in being a part of your seminars, what do they need to do? Do they need to book in advance?
They can just visit our website. It's lovetalkshow.tv. It's our website, and then there's a little tab there that says Love Talk Live, which is the seminars that we hold. And they can get in contact with us via Facebook. There's a telephone number. There's an email address.
And do they have to pay a fee or
No.
is free?
No, we
Charge?
completely free.
Okay.
It's nice that you've asked that, because we've had people saying to us, but it costs like I think £50 for a premarital course. And I said, no, we don't charge anything. Of course, we do have the marriage course, which is something different. But for advice sessions and everything, it's free of charge.
That's
really
lovely.
good, yeah.
Yes. Before I just talk with Raquel about this book.
Oh,
Yeah.
that book.
I love that book.
And some tips here. It's helped me a lot. Helped me a lot. That's why we are here.
It's a very successful book.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I suggest for all women, all
Single,
couple,
married,
single, yes,
Even men, you know, for them to know how to
manage everything.
Exactly.
It's really good. So Helena, and since when you have been working with the Love Talk Life?
I would say almost 5 years. We've been working with couples for a lot longer than that, but with the Love Talk Live specifically, just 5 years around that time, because it's a project that we started. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned the book, if you don't mind me.
Yes,
We are, because there's Renato and Cristiane Cardoso, the authors of the book, who are actually the pioneers of the whole Love School, which is the same as, well, very similar to Love Talk Live, but we are the English version. So we are actually following their steps but helping people in English, basically. So they've been doing this for a lot longer than us, but we just started.
I think this is such important work because we see people learning a lot of things. You go to university to learn how to be a doctor, you go to school to learn a lot of things, but you don't find a lot of places where you can learn about love.
Yes,
absolutely. You know something? It's even funny because we get people asking us questions that are so common sense. Like, but indeed, like you said, no one ever taught us. Even I mean, you know, this is a journey. So when they come to the Love Talk Live, or if they are in Brazil or any Portuguese-speaking countries, they can watch the videos of the Love School and everything. It's so much easier because here it is. This is the advice you need to have a successful relationship,
Right.
and you don't have to, you know, find your way around things and you know, get into trouble.
Yes.
It's just so much easier.
it's similar like your cake. When you arrive here, you just show to us how to some ingredients, you know, how to manage to make something. Wow, like this smell. Wonderful.
It's divine.
Our life is always like this. Every day, you know, we go in situation. But, you know, here we have many details, many ingredients. You can
Many
add.
recipes, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. You can add a complement to your life together with him. Together.
And interesting as well is that they didn't just do a course or anything like that and now let's go and teach. They have learned, and you also have learned through your own experience and hard times, right? So I believe that when people come to you, you don't just come and, okay, that's the teaching, but you say, look, maybe you've been through that and you're just gonna say, look, I was doing this as well. I was behaving this way as well. And this is what I did and it worked, right?
That's a good point. Something that we do at the Love Talk Live is we don't just teach what we don't know. First of all, we talk about ourselves. If you come, if you attend, you will see that we always give an example, a personal example of whatever we're talking about. But we also gather all the information we get through, you know, counseling, advising couples. So you know, don't make that mistake because it's not gonna take you to a happy place. So we advise people to follow the best advice.
So Helena, what's inspired you to do this work?
It's very. I love everything to do with love. That's number one. I mean, I really do.
I'm a witness. Something that I noticed when I arrived in her house. Everything about love is here, right?
Yeah.
Even my room, we've got hearts. And it's just, I don't know, maybe I love it because I like to see people happy, and I know I've learned that the foundation of a happy life is a happy relationship. We see so many people miserable these days because they grew up in a broken family. You know, I had my own challenges growing up, so I know I wished I could see more love in my family when it comes to, you know, relationships. So I just love talking about it, and of course because I had my own challenges, so and I've overcome quite a few. So you know, it's just like talking about it.
So basically, it's sharing your experiences, paying it forward.
Yes.
Taking that experience that you had in life and using it to help others.
Yes.
Very inspirational.
Yes. Helena, what are the most frequent issues that you hear when you advise people?
Well, the frequent issues are to do with selfishness. Yes, unfortunately, this is something you wouldn't expect in a relationship or even with singles, but it's my money, your money.
Yes.
They live together and it's like my salary, and it's like you pay the bills, I pay this, please don't ask me for anything else. And also singles are starting to have the same mentality. So we talk a lot about this in our seminars as well, because it does not work, it's been proven.
Yeah, and I think it's the culture, isn't it?
Issues, right?
Selfishness is the word.
Simple things makes the whole difference.
Yeah.
I think it comes from the culture that we live in now, where women are starting to become more assertive, and so people have to be like politically correct. Even dating now becomes an issue. Who pays the bill? Do we split it half? Does the man pay? The woman feels offended if the man pays the bill. Things like that.
Did you know that in Sweden, because we spent a few time, not too long there, but something that I noticed and I learned about the culture is that if it's very offensive. If you go out on a date and you pay for the woman's, they take it really badly. So I'm like, okay, I prefer the old-fashioned way.
And me too.
Yes. So Helena, do you remember any funny situation while you feel in love talking?
Yes, there's so many that come to my mind, but it's funny, but at the same time sad, because this shows how people are nowadays. There's this couple who they email each other. They live in the same house, but they email each other because the communication is not good. So it's like, it's pride. So when I heard that, I was like, oh my God. I mean, I found it funny at first, but then this is happening. So I'll even say it's a bit sad, not so funny after all. Yeah.
I think you forgot something. Maybe about you.
Well, oh yes, when my husband gives my own examples and how patient he is as a husband. And then,
yes, one day can show to us. No worries, okay. So, what advice would you give to our viewers concerning love life?
Love is a beautiful thing. It's a gift from God. And I speak to all those who believe in God and those who don't, because we are all looking for love. And for you to find love, there isn't such a thing as perfection, like, oh, that person has to be that way, otherwise she doesn't meet my requirements, so she's not good enough for me. I think people have to be more, show more vulnerability, show who they really are, be humble, because a relationship does not work without humbleness and giving and understanding. There's a few ingredients, like you said.
Yes.
So I would say just let your guard down a bit when it comes to, being so tough and so demanding. People are not perfect. People are just like you. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. And give people a chance.
I have a question that every single woman has on their minds.
All right, let me know.
Does Mr. Right exist?
No. It's how you see it. Because your question seems very specific, but it's really not so specific. Some people would say, oh, Mr. Right is what I envision to see as right. But who told you that this is the right way of being? So it depends. I make my husband my Mr. Right by being the woman that he needs me to be, by being humble and by compromising. So it depends. I believe that you make the other person become your Mr. or Mrs. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Good advice.
So, thank you so much, Helena. Watching. Raquel, our time is over.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it was good.
You can stay for tea, right?
Of course.
Thank you so much.
We will not miss this cake, right?
Yes. And we can show it to you as well. much for this great opportunity to be here in your house. No?
Well done.
Martin, Raquel, and for those who watching us, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.